Alright, welcome to a new episode of Menu Heroes Digest.
Hello.
Today we will be doing stories that are in the news.
Yep.
It's almost like that's what we do every week.
Yeah. And I said we're still figuring out the certain angles that we're handling this. This is mostly a undisclosed location that I will not reveal unless you're cool with saying where we
This
are.
is our TV room.
Okay. All right. Secrets out, guys.
We record in the TV room.
Okay.
What a shocker. Yeah. But, I don't know. So far I've liked this angle.
Yeah.
It looks down on us, but it's not too high.
I'm used to that.
So, as you can see, Dead Cells delays in Dynasty Loop. Let's go ahead and get started.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay.
Dynasty Loop. So this is a company based in Montreal that was founded in 2020 by CEO Rania. I want to say, I don't know how to say.
Yeah, it's again we're not the best at announcing.
Elsti?
Alslity. I believe it's Alslity, but I am probably completely wrong. All right.
We'll just be calling her Rania.
Apologies.
Or the CEO.
For right now, we will go with Dynasty Loop CEO or Rania.
So,
It's difficult to say the last name.
it was founded with the goal of creating NFT projects and video games.
Boo.
And it owes its employees over $2 million. And that's all its employees, including, developers, artists, even managers, higher-ups. They aren't getting paid either. Employees have been missing payments since last November.
It's almost like NFTs were a big scam.
Almost.
Ooh, would have thought.
So I will say that they were issued a lump sum payment in January, but it's March and nobody's been paid again. And, the $2 million is after they paid that lump sum. And nobody's very happy with it. And the CEO is not taking the situation seriously at all. So she refused to register a lien that would freeze company assets until the over $2 million was paid. The important thing about the lien is that it wouldn't have actually guaranteed the employees get paid. But, the company would basically... The government would be like, hey, you have to pay them or your company can't take any more money. She refused to pay the fees for that, and she refused to register it. And then she joked about how the whole situation would make a hit movie and said this actress should play me. And I think quite possibly the worst thing is the employees have nothing to show for their work. They don't have money. A lot of them had to go the Christmas period without, their families didn't get any presents. And I know that's not what Christmas is about, but that sucks when you have kids.
Oh my god,
And they've been having to dip into savings in order to eat. And some people are like, why don't they just quit? The problem with that is if you just quit, you don't get unemployment benefits.
I mean, welcome to another segment of Jordan is reminded of this thing, or this thing reminds Jordan of this thing. It happens a lot every week, but no, this is almost, like I say, almost like the LA Noire situation down in Australia. Are you anywhere familiar with that story?
No, I know the game. But...
Yeah, the game. Well, like the behind the scenes for that game is a nightmare because the director, the guy in charge of the whole process of LA Noire, was a total scumbag, and again forced all of his employees to work overtime and unpaid. No, in fact, not only were they not paid, they had the employees had to work 3 months after the game was released before they would get any of their pay.
No.
That is, no. But apparently he got away with that because like labor laws in Australia were not great. I'm hoping they've gotten better since then, but like back like what, in 2013 or so when the game came out, Australian labor laws were bad. So it's shocking me that like in Montreal and Canada, like that it would be this bad. But of course we keep hearing stories about how badly gaming companies and tech companies treat their employees. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, this shows that it's not just America where the companies are crappy.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the employees don't have any games. They haven't finished any of the projects.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even have anything for their professional portfolios. They won't get unemployment benefits if they quit, but the company won't let them go.
Mm-hmm.
The company actually requested that they bring in their equipment, and they were like, but you're not being let go or fired. And a lot of these employees cannot afford the drive to drop off their equipment because they haven't been paid. They can't afford the gas. Or their transit cards have run out of, transit funds. And these employees deserve to be let go if the company's not going to get its crap together. If the CEO is not going to get her shit together.
If she's saying like, "Oh, I'd love it. This were a movie, and this is who I want to play me," then it's like you're not going to learn any lesson.
And she knows she's messed up because she refers everyone to her lawyer.
Oh my god.
So it's just a big old mess, and I was like, how did this happen? And then I saw NFTs, and I was like, oh, that's how that happened. Okay.
Because, you thought Logan Paul was bad. Oh, man, this woman, she makes Logan Paul look like a saint.
He got beat in a boxing thing, and it was so funny.
Yeah, it's about time.
Detective Pikachu 2, all the rumors.
Yeah.
So, first off, we've been excitedly waiting for the sequel. They didn't super keep it open for a sequel, but, it's Detective Pikachu. You can always force something if need be.
Even if there wasn't a direct sequel to this one, the Pokemon franchise is still making an insane amount of money.
Yeah, and Legendary Entertainment and Pokemon Company would be fools not to capitalize on that.
Yeah. Though I think one of the biggest problems why it's taking a while for it to be made is because, Legendary Entertainment is leaving Warner Brothers. And I think they're going over either to Amazon or Apple, something like that,
sure.
because they were not happy with the whole... They'll have, HBO Max is going to have day-and-date release. You're going to see movies in theaters and also at home. That upset Legendary a lot. A lot of other filmmakers were super pissed about that, but Legendary was definitely up there as one that was real mad about this and are cutting their ties from Warner Brothers. So, yeah, it's... I'm guessing they're shopping around or they're, making deals with some other company, which other distributor they want to work with.
That, combined with COVID, because remember the first released in 2019, it just probably hit them all at once.
Oh, yeah.
There actually there are rumors of a Detective Pikachu 2 video game for the Switch. We've covered that before. But a Legendary Entertainment representative actually said a sequel was still in active development.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly the Portlandia co-creator Jonathan Kreisel might direct it.
I love that show.
And Chris Galletta, who wrote The Kings of Summer, might be the scriptwriter.
I've not got a chance to see that movie. Heard it was good. But, by all means, I think while there is no Detective Pikachu 2 game, I think there's so much you can do. There's so much lore to the world of Pokemon that you could make up a new story and have it slightly tied to other events and other Pokemon games or spin-off games. And, I'd be down for that, and I think a lot of other Pokemon fans would be cool with that.
More Pokemon movies. So, yes. Konami.
Yes.
Go ahead, because I gotta look into something.
No. It's cool. It's cool. Basically, y'all, if y'all know me for more than a second, there are certain franchises that I love. Right here, Street Fighter, looking forward to that one. Metro, I can't get enough of. But one that is also dear to my heart, but has had a difficult time coming back, or has only come back in certain ways here and there, is Castlevania. And upcoming, we just heard from one of the last live streams or one of events about Dead Cells getting a Castlevania DLC. Return to Castlevania. It's coming up. It's in DLC crossover, and you got a lot of people like me excited for it. and Konami is certainly excited for that. And this is giving them like reasoning to like possibly like wanting to further develop more Castlevania projects, which
Everyone
about
love.
time, okay?
So,
The anime was a big hit on Netflix.
and you would have thought they would have, pushed forward with that.
Yeah, and it's just
I mean, they did the, anniversary releases, and those are great because
I'm thankful for that.
the amount of Castlevania you can play on the Switch is astounding. You still can't play Symphony of the Night or Rondo of Blood, but that's whatever.
Yeah, I know that's one of my favorite Castlevania games of all time. You can't play yet, but again, if the one nice thing I'll say about Konami, and there's only a handful of things I'll say about Konami that are nice.
They make neat pachinko machines. No, I'm just kidding.
They do a good job. They actually do find talented people to remake and remaster their games, except for Silent Hill. But the Castlevania collection, both of them have been great. The TMNT one that I got, I've been loving it, and by all means, at least that is good. But considering how like there was like a big like Silent Hill like announcement, like a whole like stream event that they were listing a bunch of different projects, I am secretly hoping that Castlevania might get that same treatment, because that is one of their most recognizable IPs.
So it's sorry.
No. But going on to the quote from one of the heads over Konami.
So let me actually jump in here. Sorry.
Okay.
So Tsutomu Taniguchi, he was actually I believe he was the director, or he oversaw the Konami's. What's the participation in the Dead Cells Return to Castlevania?
So basically, he was like a
liaison.
Okay.
Point of contact.
Creative consultant, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually really cool. They approached Konami at a convention.
All right.
The producers of Dead Cell, and they pitched this short little thing, and Konami was very receptive.
Yeah.
And it kind of just snowballed into a big old DLC, and Konami was like, well.
So yes, seriously, knowing that Dead Cells, which is among the greatest indie games of the past 10 years, was inspired by Castlevania is a huge source of pride for us. When Evil Empire and Motion Twin came back with their full DLC proposition instead of just this short featuring, we were really surprised, and we were hoping for that to be honest. And we just thought we'd had to let them go full circle, because we knew they would use every ounce of their talent to honor the franchise. And also, I personally admit, I just really wanted to see what a fight against Dracula and Dead Cells would look like. And yeah, me too, man. So I'm really excited to get the DLC. I think, admittedly, I got Dead Cells right when like the Metroid Dread-esque, DLC came out. Real fun, real good, man.
I've been meaning to play Dead Cells.
Oh yeah, I got it.
I like how they weren't surprised when they came back with the DLC announcement. Like they could just see the passion that the team had, and they were like, it's gonna get out of control in a good way.
That makes me super happy. And by all means, if we hear tomorrow, not tomorrow, but sometime within the next couple months, that Konami's just gonna go ahead, just like Evil Empire and Motion Twin, just do a Castlevania game. I'd certainly be excited for it. I think majority of fans would be super happy for that. It feels right.
I think it would be in good hands.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, Nintendo should be like this. Sega let fans do Sonic Mania, but that has a whole controversy behind it. And the developers behind it were not exactly happy. But that's whatever. Yeah. And then Konami did this crossover with Dead Cells. Nintendo has done stuff like this, and they've been more open in the recent times. For example, there's Crypt of the Necrodancer. There is Cadence of Hyrule.
Okay, cool.
Which is a crossover of those two.
My first thought was like back in the GameCube era, where like they had the different sports games, and they would actually have the Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, like as playable characters, and I think
what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
like
one
in like the basketball game.
Yeah, you could have Shaquille O'Neal versus Princess Peach. That was some good times, man.
And,
That
like,
was some good gaming.
Not like the Mario Hoops. Like this was like NBA Jam or something.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the big basketball games. Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy if we go back to those times, if Nintendo would try that, but
Well,
it's...
Nintendo has been more open to letting others play with their IP lately.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time because you got to remember they got burned bad in like the 90s. Between the CDI, the movie, the cartoons, which are sometimes a guilty pleasure, but objectively not good. Nintendo's just been really guarded, and you can't really blame them too much.
No, I get it, man. I get it. Like, as much as we have a good laugh at some of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show and Captain N, the Game Master, they were certainly hoping for much more. Something of better quality than that.
Starfield is delayed. So this is Bethesda's newest IP, and it was supposed to be released early this year, but they have finally announced an official release date of September 6th, 2023, and there will be a Starfield Direct on June 11th, 2023. And I figured, why not just go ahead and watch the official launch?
Okay, and admittedly, I have not seen this yet, so this will be new for both of us, alright? I like the design of that.
It's David Tennant. I'm just kidding, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't hear. Oh, like I could hear the voices.
AI is showing signs over another one of those big anomalies.
You sounded Scottish at first.
Okay.
Maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all.
Bluetooth.
Shoot!
Bluetooth bearing.
Oh well, the visual's still pretty good.
Optical in. Auxiliary in.
Technical difficulties, folks. It'll be working soon.
Sorry, I can't see the buttons. And then I just remembered I have a remote for it. Yeah, visually it is.
Birdie. Okay. Honestly, with how big they're saying this game's going to be, I'm surprised it's even coming out this year.
Yeah.
So, but if they really believe that it's ready for September...
Hey everyone, myself and everybody here at Bethesda, we are so excited to finally tell you when Starfield is coming out this year. You know, we have poured ourselves into this game, and even I'm surprised how much we can pour.
Playing it in the background.
Yeah.
We're playing the game all the time. Shout out over here to lead producer Tim.
I like the
Lamb.
Fallout guy in the
Old
background.
school fans
Oh,
you
yeah.
may remember him from.
If I had something like that, I probably would just
video
have it
where
around my
he's
house.
Sitting on a similar sofa, doing similar things. But also, this June, we're going to bring you into the studio and give you a deep dive in the game at our Starfield Direct. There's so much that we still have to show you. The game has many of the hallmarks that you'd expect from us.
Is that outside?
It's also a very unique experience. And again, thank you all for all your excitement about the game, your support, your comments. We really do read it all. And look, we know you've waited a long time to play something new from us. Believe it or not, we're kind of the same. We miss it, and we really just can't wait for you all to play it. So thanks, and we'll see you soon.
See ya. All right. Well.
So, you know, we'll be covering that when it comes out. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was delayed.
Yep. Big delays today. Big delays for a while.
So, my friend Jamie, who we spoke with during the PlayStation Direct, or PlayStation State of Play rather, is real curious to see how you react to this. Your thoughts about it.
Well, on the one hand, it's like, again, I'm trying to be more optimistic about it because I have fond memories of the Arkham trilogy. You know, though the third one I feel is the weakest game. But I did have serious hope that this game could get us back on track, get us back to form. The gameplay, I think, looks okay, but not great. And again, it does bug me as a fan of some of these characters why all of them are using guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently there was a lot more negativity towards this, mainly towards the live service elements. You know, this was
the always online gameplay.
Yeah, and it's
like why do that? You don't need
okay.
to.
Okay. I can't take the credit of this. This was like something said about like some sort of like editorial video that was all about like so many games are trying to have online or trying to have like online content, and this one person who made a video, this editorial said like, having online content or online game stuff, it's very much like committing to a full-on relationship.
Yeah.
Playing single player stuff is like a fling. You can have as many as you want, but like online content, online gaming is very much a commitment. Like you are developing a relationship over, and there is just no way, if all these big companies are all doing online content for these multiple games, there is no way everybody can have more than 2 or 3 relationships going on at once. Okay, it just it doesn't seem right, and I'm hoping. And I understand the appeal of like wanting like a bunch of a lot of your audiences to continuously giving you streams of revenue of buying customizable items or just stuff.
Want money.
That's the truth, yeah. And by all means, that has been true since the dawn of the industry, the dawn of all industries. They want our money, all right. But it's just so on the nose. It is so in your face how they want you to buy every little thing. We're not. You might think we're dumb, and maybe we are dumb, but we're not that dumb. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, just online games just take up so much of your time, and you can only play so many.
And plus, the original Arkham games, they weren't online stuff for like. I mean, maybe there was like some... No, I don't remember.
If this was optional, I would understand it.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be the main focus of the game, and that is sucking a lot of
People don't
joy.
like that. And the delay isn't even to address that. It's just for bug fixes and overall gameplay enhancement.
Again, it would have been nice if this... I would have been really excited if there was a Suicide Squad game that was kind of like the... Marvel Legends or I'm a big fan. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, where like you build your team of 4 characters and you can pick a variety of different characters and you go on different missions or go on like certain battlefields or whatever. And yeah, by all means, these 4 would have been a good selection, but it would have been nice to get other characters like Bronze Tiger or Plastique or Polka Dot Man, or Trickster, or I don't know. Well, Killer Croc also would have been good too. El Diablo, a bunch of like lesser known like DC villains that would have been, you could have picked a variety of, and you could have built your team as is, and it's just, these characters are fine, or these characters are good. Certainly have their fans. I have a soft spot for Boomerang. Don't ask me why, but I do. But yeah, man, it's just when you have 4 characters who do all look differently, but you have them do the
same.
Yeah, they all play the same. Then what's the point?
And they shouldn't. They shouldn't play the same because they all have signature weapons, right?
King Shark should be like the Hulk. He should be rampaging and tearing things up, tearing people up. And you'd think like, okay, Harley's kind of do her own thing, but you can imagine her some kind of like having some kind of gas bombs or whatever.
Like a bat, at least.
Well, I'd want it like a big hammer or a mallet.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah. But this is obviously the more modern Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's all right.
The woke Harley Quinn. Not just kidding.
What's woke about this version?
She's an independent woman, and that's obviously inherently woke and a bad thing. Obviously, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear. I'm saying it with sarcasm in my voice, but some people cannot pick up on that.
Yeah,
I'm not
but-
saying any of our audience. I just know people in real life who cannot pick up on my sarcasm.
Yeah, but it's just like, y'all have y'all not been paying attention since the late '60s? Women have made themselves very clear they want to be independent, or at least a good majority of them want to be independent and be on their own.
Happy late International Women's Day, by the way.
Yes, and I went and saw Wonder Woman in theaters. They were playing it down at
really?
Regal. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I was happy to see it
How
again.
does that work?
Well, I mean, like they just Regal will sometimes show old movies depending on certain holidays, you know, and they showed Wonder Woman again. And I was happy to see it in theaters again.
Resident Evil 4
And
Remake!
we'll move on to Capcom.
So, the Resident Evil 4 Remake looks fantastic.
Yes.
I watched my friend play the demo. I need to download the demo so I can try it out myself.
All right.
Speaking of the demo, it dropped on March 9th.
Mm-hmm.
It's not timed. It just goes up to a certain point in the story.
Alright.
And like I said, it looks fantastic. They've expanded on it. So far, they haven't taken anything away. They've just added. From what we've heard, it's supposed to be the most faithful remake of Resident Evil so far.
Solid.
So, you know, they learned from the Resident Evil 3.
I still like 3, but I get it.
Yeah, it was
I get
fun,
Yeah.
but there was a lot that got removed.
Fair enough. Yeah.
The remake comes out March 24th for the PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, SX, and the PC. And we talked about the rain. There will be a day one patch to address the rain.
It already looks better. It already does. I think I was somebody saying like, "Oh, come on, guys, it's not that bad. It's not like frickin' like Grand Theft Auto remake or something." But
in motion, it looked weird.
Yeah.
But they took the feedback and they are going to address it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like, they should have just fixed it in the first place. It's like, well, they're fixing it.
Well,
so
guys,
it's better late than never.
do y'all understand like how testing works, how rendering works,
Development is hard.
Yeah. And again, a lot of these people have to work overtime in order to get half this stuff done.
And let's be honest, at least they're patching games nowadays. Back in the day, if a game was sent out and they forgot something, or there was like a texture that was just not good, it was out there. They couldn't send an update.
Yeah.
They would have to release a whole new revision of the game, and most people just either wouldn't know or just wouldn't care.
Yeah. Spyro Enter the Dragon comes to mind. That's the first thing I keep thinking of. Like, that poor game was rushed out. Well, it didn't help that the original team behind Spyro had moved on or were no longer hired by Universal Games. But the team that did come in, they were rushed. And you play that game, it felt rushed, dude. Yeah. Yeah, so... Sorry, just... Once again, Jordan remembers things.
And for a last story, because there was the Capcom stream, but there wasn't really anything new announced. The biggest announcement, I think, was regarding Mega Man Battle Network and how there was extra content that was originally Japanese exclusive to physical products, as well as basically like an easy mode or a fast forward button for battles.
Yeah, and by all means, I'm super happy. It's one thing I did enjoy from the original Mega Man games collection, where like you could find artwork and like just go through galleries of some of the designs for classic Mega Man characters. That all was cool, and I'd be super happy to see that again see what the Battle Network version of that is. So that's.
Oh, and I meant they added stuff that was game exclusive.
Yeah.
And so for our last story, 2 days ago, as of this recording, Level 5 released a trailer for Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, and I am excited. So
I'm thirsty for it.
just go watch it. It's in Japanese, but...
That's what. Oh, this top details is cool.
先生と離れてもうどれくらいになるでしょうか。こっちはすっかり土地にも慣れて楽しくやっています。実は先生、今日お手紙をしたのは僕の周りでとんでもなく不思議な事件が起きたからです。こんな謎を解明できるのはやっぱり僕とレイトン先生しかいませんよね。多分。というわけで事件の 詳しい資料を同封しておきました。
Beautiful.
先生と僕の新たな冒険の始まりですね。では先生のご到着待っています。
Milady. Sorry.
お久しぶりです。早く乗ってください。
One moment, please. What's up, Xander? Xander, what's up?
It's cool, dude. What do you need?
Come here.
Oh,
Hi.
hey.
You goofball. He's grown up.
まずいです。
Soon he'll be having his own, like, steampunk robot thing.
レイトン教授と蒸気の新
Music's
世界。
bumping.
さて、どんな内容なのでしょうか。ルークがアメリカに旅立ってレイトン
Dang it, sorry.
になってから1年が過ぎていました。ルークからの手紙でレイトンはマダムにちアメリカスチームバイソンへの招待を受けるのでした。
I like that it's taking place after the original trilogy
ロンドン以上の大きな発展を
and not, like,
驚きの
invalidating the previous games.
果たしてそこでどんな不思議な事件が起こった
I'm just loving the
の
whole
でしょうか。
steampunk vibe, dude.
It is pretty
今回
cool.
は謎を解けば解くほど
I still can't pinpoint when the game takes
起こり
place.
そうな予感がしますね。
You sure it ain't a
ロンドンで
requel?
は謎解きの権威として
A what?
有名
You should
な
a requel, like a
アメリカでは
like a sequel that ignores certain entries but keeps a couple of the originals.
Oh, that retcons? No, it's so far from what I've been able to tell, it is a sequel.
Cool. Nice.
そんな二人を演じるのはレイトン教授役に大泉洋さん。
What? A woman? They made Milo woke or Luke woke.
そして今回の謎開発はテレビなどでおなじみクイズノックが担当します。さて、
Uh,
今回のレイトンとルークの冒険はどんなものになるのでしょうか。それはきっと皆さんの想像を超えるものになるでしょう。
smile JPEG.
Hmm.
But yeah, I am excited. We still don't have a release date, but
Yeah.
Professor Layton never fails to bring enjoyment.
Oh yeah, and just cool vibe, just nice, cool vibes all around. And one thing I want to mention though is like there are some people that are actually surprised that there have been females voice actors playing male characters before in animation.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
kinda funny.
Did you really couldn't tell Timmy Turner was played by a woman this whole time?
They're like, what?
Yes, some people are actually surprised. Like, how did you not figure that out? Like, so for those of you who are, if there's anybody surprised that Luke is gonna be voiced by a woman, it's like,
He already was.
yeah.
Except for probably his fully grown adult self, which
Yeah.
does show up in a game.
But that happens. that also happens in
That's
animation.
how puberty works in
Yeah.
real life. So
Yeah, funny.
unless you're me, then you just get stuck with like some dumb voice.
like a mixture of Tina and
Oh, God.
Tina Belcher and oh fuck.
Now you don't need to make me feel even worse about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, that is gonna do it for stories today.
Yeah.
And as always, thank you for watching.
Yep, this was a nice little story here. You know, we were just here chilling out, telling you what's going on,
The
and
news.
the news, and NFTs were, are, and will be terrible, and the people who try and make them are usually terrible.
All right. So until next time, stay cool.
I know, good.